Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Falskallan Nights, and welcome to Dire Bear. I want to start everything off with announcements. I'd like to thank Keith at Lucky Dice Cafe in Huntsville, Alabama. If you're ever around, he's running games throughout that shop, and he's just a super cool dude. I also want to thank D&D Beyond for sponsoring our game, ensuring that we have all of our character sheets out and ready to go, and creating the confusing mess that is everything that we do. And with that, we're going to jump right into tonight's game. With the group felling a hill giant and successfully harvesting a lot of different parts, they ended up meeting Izana Ravenford when she was brought back with the hunter of the town, Rubor. The Spleen and Izana definitely did not get along well together. I see that face.
What do you mean? Getting along well.
But with the group having collected the treasures, gone to Menistar, and now have been sent on their way, they've spent a night on the road where they had encountered a mysterious set of horses. We don't know. Something you might have to research upon. But that is okay. After about spending a week away from Menestad, the group finally comes back and they're sitting at the gates of Mead Meadows. The town is it's back to bustling, but there's an air about it that's just off. And with that, we shall begin tonight's game. So, what is it that you guys do?
We burned down Menestad. What time roughly are we arriving in Menestad?
It's around 11, 12.
Morning?
Morning.
Or night? Okay.
Morning. It was a quick jaunt. You guys have a cart, and Izana, basically, she looks at Alya and says, "All right, well, thank you for getting me this far. I'll give you at least that. Saying I'd see you guys sooner would be a pleasure, but let's be honest, I really don't care." And she takes her horse, turns around, shoots right off.
I'll find you.
Do you think she'll get lost?
I hope so.
I guess.
What's her deal?
Not sure, but her attitude...
Horse girls, you never know with them.
Yep. Just a wild beast that needs to be tamed.
Blaine, don't make it weird.
Do you mean yourself? I'm not sure if you can be tamed.
Well, have you ever tried?
No, that's a fair
Ah,
point.
wink.
He has you there. All right, so toe delivery.
How much of Spleen's toe is left?
Spleen,
I
how
have
much?
all 10
I
of
look
my
at her
toes.
feet and start counting them.
We count together. I stopped counting after like 3 or something.
I actually haven't. I don't know your intelligence, so I actually don't know if spleen can number.
I think maybe, I don't know, 8 intelligence.
That's not terrible. Could be
Not
worse.
bad.
Yeah,
Just enough to number.
just enough to number.
Yeah.
We know
My
she can count to at least 3 now.
I know the number 10 because a lot of individuals say 10 is 10. But so is one. Oh! High five!
Because 5 fingers.
If you say so. I think so, yeah. Alright. Alright, let's take this toe.
Yeah, if all of you are up for it, we'll go right away.
Yeah.
All right, so
Or you can just give it to me.
I think Rakeskin will pay us more.
I'm sure we can find you another one, Spleen, if you really like.
all right, so you guys are moving on though.
Yes.
All right. Yeah, with internet delays, I think it'd be good if somebody tells me you want to move forward or whatever, so that way
Will
it
do.
doesn't, we don't get that awkward conversational silence or
Staring.
just
I'm just staring
It's
at it.
secretly a staring contest.
feel
with
like one of
the
those reporters to be like,
audience.
now with Jason in the field. I. Anyways, so you guys were in the middle of the Mead Meadows, just in the square there. You'd come in through the gates, and the town is still bustling. You feel like all the farmers are doing their things. They're collecting some of their harvests that have been ready to come in. You're smelling fresh food in the air, and especially the honey, like the meads that are being brewed around this time. A lot of the harvesting of honey is still very prominent at this time of year. Uh, so you guys start walking right through Mead Meadows into Noon Square, and nothing much has changed, but you're noticing a very heightened presence of a lot of guards and some uniformed military men. Like, Howard, you would recognize a lot of these guys of just general militia, and some of it is the National Guard, but it's, National Guard guys leading a little platoon of like 4 or 5 people. And you're walking through. As soon as you hit Noon Square, you see a couple people just standing on a soapbox. The end is here! The end is nigh! All these flames keep coming up! It means the end! What does it mean for all of us? I don't know, but we need to come together and fight this! And it's drawing a few people, but not a lot of people are sticking around. You get the odd people stopping for a couple seconds just to kind of like, what is he speaking of? Okay, not my sort of thing, and walking away.
I whisper to the group, posers. These guys really knew what they were talking about. They'd be yelling about the sandworms.
Those who control the flames control the spice.
Can you tell I just saw that this weekend?
I still have to watch it. Oh man,
It's very good.
I heard it's really good.
Same.
So yeah, you guys are still walking through Noon Square. Eventually, you'll get to the Iron Bridge district. Classic. The streets start narrowing and soot's everywhere. And eventually, you make it to the Prancing Lizard. You walk right into the door. And you see Rakeskin. He's just moving back and forth. He looks like he's in a hurry. And if you could think of a lizard folk person with a disheveled look, he would have it. Like, even though he doesn't have like hair, it's just the physical manifestation of disheveled.
It's like his shedding. His shedding is all over the place.
Yeah.
Aww.
Sorry, I'm peeling. Wait, just give me a second.
Looks like he just needs to take a good oil bath and scrape it off.
I lick my lips. Mm.
Oh God, that's a thought. Oh,
And now it's in your brain forever.
oh, yeah. Just gonna make a note of that. Skin peels. Anyway, he's walking around and he's got like bottles of potions and a bunch of magical items. He's stuffing them in crates. He hasn't noticed you whatsoever.
I'm just gonna stand there and watch.
And you do. There's a focus that only you've ever seen at the academy happen when people are cramming for exams, and he's doing exactly that, except for like packing magical items and whatnot into crates and just doing a bunch of cataloging with it. Like he's pulling everything and he just stops. Oh, turns around, looks up. Oh, it's you guys. Right.
The toes.
Toes.
Right. The toes. Oh, right. That turns around, runs into the bag. You hear more clanging. Just there it is. Pulls it. Pulls it right out. One scroll for you. If you've got the toe.
Well, about that, can we have you outside real quick? You seem
Toe
busy.
in the toe.
What?
Outside.
Toe in the toe.
Can I speak to someone intelligent?
Well,
You're gonna have to look outside this group for that.
where do you want us to bring it? You want us to just try and bring it through the door, or...
Is there like a garage or something we can back it in?
I mean, I can shrink
Load
it
it
for a
in a
moment and
loading
bring
dock.
it in, but I don't know if...
The size of the
What's the-
toe is about like it's pretty much like you know, this the size of a human torso,
Mhm.
if not like between like the pelvis bone to the top of the head to the top of the skull. So like that's the size of a giant's toe,
Yeah.
and that was the size of the big toe. The rest of them are smaller, so you've got them between like basically chest to head.
Okay, so it's not like we're bringing a fridge in here.
No, you're not.
It'll
You're not doing
fit
exact.
without being shrunken.
It'll fit without being shrunken.
The
Uh,
proportions
you-
will be like a fridge for me.
Yeah, well, exactly. That's why you got the small toe, because it's basically a U-sized piece of meat.
Well, we actually ended up with 2. If you're interested in a second one.
We agreed on the one. I'll pay. We'll do our deal with that one. The second one, we can negotiate.
Anywhere in particular you want them?
Just bring them in.
Okay. And we will
I'm gonna
go.
start lugging them in.
I imagine Spleen is fine by herself carrying one, but the rest of us probably have to work together.
Yes.
And so you guys bring them in, and they're still kind of stinky. Yeah, so they're still quite stinky, and there's a couple flies around them. I never like this smell. Mind you, just shoots his tongue out, grabs a fly,
Brings your favorite snack?
brings my favorite snack.
Silver lining.
Right. Anyway, so you got two of these guys here.
Oh,
Yeah. All right. One, really good condition. Now you brought the whole toe too. Excellent. Excellent. And the second one. Thunk. This one looks like you kind of hacked a little bit of it, but the toenail is still fine. So it's all I really needed of it. Anything else?
can you make any use of, say, some griffin eyes?
Griffin eyes. Where did you get griffin eyes?
We
From
gotta...
a griffin?
Okay, stupid question. Anyway, well, shit. Griffin eyes. Yes, I could do something with those. I could definitely do something with those. Those, I could pay 10 gold for those.
Well, I'd say
Exchange glances with Howard.
Spleen, Bryony, you two are the ones who did the work on them.
12 gold.
12? Make a persuasion check.
Gonna use the dice that did me well last time and not the shitty one. Ooh, okay. What's my... I rolled a 13.
He looks up and down. 11.
13.
Did you just say 13?
Yes. I know I should have started higher, but...
No.
Can I roll for persuasion again?
Hold on. Look.
She doing
He looks you up and down and says, "You don't know how to do this, right?"
14.
How about this? I'll give you 11.
And you let us have some of the toe meat.
Real.
Okay. Okay. He just looks baffled by that whole thing.
Just back here like,
Oh my god, we can boil some beans and we'll have some toe beans. Toe beans.
I'm really tired of hearing about giant toes.
Tell me about it.
oh god.
We're gonna need to nail this down.
Yeah.
These puns are totally terrible.
It's stubbing my
It's a real
style.
feat of strength to get through this.
Oh my god, I love it.
Some of these are catching me off guard. I feel flat-footed.
Hopefully we can heal from this experience.
Mm.
Sorry, I'm done.
All these toe puns are making me all ingrown. Anywho, he starts counting through things like, anything else?
Well, we did get some hair and blood from the giant.
And he just looks at you. back up and down. You were able to harvest blood.
It was not so easy, actually, but yes. Also, we got a party boon.
Ooh.
From
For the puns?
Who booned us?
Other.
No, Otter! And then he redeemed a no cursing. Why?
Chaos.
Let me go get the timer.
All right, Juju. Me and you.
Yep. It begins.
All right, for the hair. The hair and the hair and the blood. I'll pay you 40 for those.
Question about the blood. So, we got some that's fresh and some that coagulated very, very quickly. Is there any use for that?
Coagulated blood? No. It's already hardened. All the properties of its medicinal purposes or any sort of extracurricular strength went out the window as soon as it did that. You need fresh, liquefied.
So, hey Bryony, that glob you have, you could probably just give to Spleen if you want.
Giving me that face. Yeah, sure. I just hand it over.
And you said 40 for the hair and the blood.
Yep.
Hal, what do you think?
Sounds acceptable for the effort that we all put in.
Which was no small amount, mind you.
No. No. You know, thinking about it, they mentioned in town that you helped take down a first giant.
Yeah, I did. There was only one there when I was fighting with the hunter. I don't remember his name.
Rhubar.
Doesn't ring a bell.
You didn't know there was a second one?
No, not really.
Does he look like he's being honest?
Make an insight check.
Okay.
I think this is the first insight check of the game, to be completely honest.
Maybe? Other than against each
Probably.
other, probably?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I want to say we've used one before, but could not tell you where.
Oh, you know what? I think we
Neither.
used one on the mayor.
Right.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Yep, no, you did that.
I don't know who.
Where is insight? Am I blind? Oh, that's an 8. I have no modifier.
An 8? Yeah, you're getting a feeling that he's, he's generally not good with names. But yeah, I fed him a bunch of my potions and magical items. Harvesting one of those toes. Anyway, so he takes the scroll out. I believe this is what you're looking for.
Absolutely. Thank you.
You guys already received the Alchemist Kit.
Yes.
You already did that. And he pulls out a couple books. Basic Guides to Alchemy.
Thank you.
This is all I could spare. Because the guild likes to keep their trades a secret.
Of course. But Bryony, I believe these are yours.
It thumps them onto your hand. They're sizable books. It's going to be a lot of reading, but doing a quick thumb through and you realize, okay, there's a lot of good recipes here and how to proper distillation and everything else. So if you choose to spend the time with the books, you can gain proficiency with an alchemy kit.
Cool.
So just make a note of that if you want to do
Yes.
that on breaks and whatnot, or breaks
Rests.
rests
Yeah.
Yeah,
Downtime.
definitely.
on the downtimes.
Downtime, yes.
So,
If I remember
No, I
correctly,
think
you
I'll
were
pull
also
it out in the middle of battle and say, "Hey guys, it's study time."
time out. Time out. I need a break.
A quiz. I teach you how to make.
It hit me really hard. I don't like that. I'm gonna sit right here.
It's 40 for the blood and the hair. What about the other toe?
Other dope. $10 gold.
Do I remember how much Spleen paid for the first one?
Do you have the keen mind feat?
No, I do not.
Make a history check.
Okay. 11 plus 4? Yeah, 15.
15?
Yep.
You remember... Don't remember the number exactly, but you're pretty sure it was around 13.
I think that's acceptable. What do the rest of you
Good.
think?
Agreed.
3.
Spleen,
no,
that's
5.
spleen, that's lower.
3 it is. I like this person.
No.
No.
Not hers to sell, then.
No, there's a reason Hal usually does the talking. If 50 for everything is acceptable for everyone, I think that's a deal.
Perfect. I like it. And he hands over the gold, so you guys got 11 gold, 10 gold, and another 40. That was just for sold parts. You've also personally received a scroll of Lehman's tiny hut, because I believe that's what you were asking for.
Yes.
And proper books for an alchemy kit plus the alchemy kit. And he starts looking at you. All right, so that's all the business done. I've been looking into that bag of devouring thing.
Find anything useful?
I contacted a bunch of my friends, all in the guild. I've got a list of people that have purchased bag of holdings or haversacks in the last little while. If you are absolutely curious about it.
Have any of them checked out the bags to find that they were not bags of holding?
No, we make sure they're bags of holding when we send them.
Okay.
Sending bad items is not good for business.
Yeah.
It ruins guild reputation. But
Yes.
there is a way to reverse a bag of devouring. But we do not have the power to do that. You need to contact the Soul Weavers Consortium for that.
Do I know where they're located?
There's a small chapter in town. It's in the military district, just in between Iron Bridge and the military district.
Okay.
And you guys would know of them. Basically, they are a bunch of clerics. Like clerical healers, wizards, or people who deal in specialties with souls or the healing arts. Best way I could describe it is Doctors Without Borders. A bunch of different specialists doing their thing, trying to help the cause and help the poor and whatnot. Do charity drives and everything else. So, and you also know that people who deal with a lot of like specific soul work itself is a very rare art. It's because your years within the academy, you kind of just know how a lot of these structures work. But yeah, so there is a chapter in town.
Anyone we should be looking for in particular there?
Look for Alabel Snipper.
Alabel.
Yeah, she's the runner of the Falskallan chapter.
Right.
But she may be in town, she may not be. The last time I checked, she was.
We'll have to do that.
All right.
Either way. So, and he hands over the list of buyers to you. I don't like people playing with my stuff.
You think this might have come from someone who bought one from you?
The only way a bag of holding can be made is by somebody putting a soul into it. A gluttonous soul.
Okay.
Hmm.
You would like us to check out the people and see if maybe it came from one of them.
I don't know if you're ever actually going to find any of these people. But maybe these names will come in handy.
Well, worst case, I appreciate it.
List of suspects at least.
And you get about 5 different names on it. I can dictate them to you, and then I'll type them in chat a little bit later. That's okay?
Sounds good.
So, first name, Felug Fellstorm. So, actually, I think it's better if I just... hold on.
I'll put it this way. I'm pretty sure I spelled the surname right.
Yeah. I'm just going to give him the most weird name. Bam. So, I just put him in the chat. Felug Fellstorm, Rishavarian, Bashar Darug, Dagrad, Pascal Contas, Yorjan Kron.
Okay.
If that's the case, I need to get back. I've got a bunch of orders.
Is this all for the heightened guard, if you don't mind my asking?
I am legally binded not to say anything.
Say no more. We'll leave you to it.
Thank you. He turns around, starts grabbing the catalogs again and making sure everything is properly created. You guys are still... do you guys leave?
Yep, just gonna sit in the
I'll head
cart
out,
for
yeah.
a moment and just... No more toe smell.
There is still a lingering toe smell.
No, there's not.
I lied. Thank you, Hal.
Anytime. It is,
Spleen's just sitting there with her toe.
As a matter of fact, I go over to Spleen's toe and I make it smell like butter.
Oh, I can't believe it's not butter.
I don't remember what butter smells like.
Is this just given not knowing what butter smells like?
Fun fact, I have almost no sense of smell. I have no idea what butter smells like.
Usually it's paired with something.
Like garlic on toast.
Yeah. Or a baked
We
potato.
better get moving.
You guys jump onto the cart, and the smell in the air now smells oddly buttery.
Well, that's
However,
an
that
improvement.
smells.
Think of it. Think of buttered popcorn.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I can smell that a little bit, so if it's anything like
Oh,
that, I guess
yeah.
I know a little bit.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Buttered toecorn. Anyway.
And that's actually what it is at this point. Well,
It's like throwing an air freshener over a fart.
if anyone has any urgent matters to attend, if anyone doesn't have any urgent matters, are you all up for seeing if we can somehow fix this bag?
I would like to
kind of
get.
like it.
I mean, there is that. It is rather useful in its own disturbing way.
That's true. We could always hold off on it.
Yeah, but my house said, yeah.
But I would like to get to Anver soon. I have some nagging duties I need to take care of.
Ah, so a date.
Not per se, no.
Do I know of any relationship Hal has with the city of Anvar?
I mean, you guys studied at the academy there. You know his whole familiar lineage is aristocratic.
Okay. And
So
they're
if he's
all...
being very sly about not saying anything, you probably put two and two together.
Okay. They are all in Anvar.
Yes.
Okay.
I want to insight. Is he going on a date?
But make a insight check, Steve. Make a. I don't even know what you do with this one.
It's a
Reality check?
Make a general charisma check.
Ooh, alright.
Insight.
Oh, did you want us to just roll that boon, that party boon earlier?
Oh, right. Yes, let's do
That's
that.
right.
I am so sorry. We totally forgot about that. Yeah.
I spaced.
I got a 12, by the way.
17 on my insight.
Oh, no.
Oh, the juicy deets.
Do it. Do the deets. Do the roar.
Do the roar. Do it.
Spill the tea.
It's not a date, it's a obligation.
So, like an arranged date.
No, there's no date involved. Familiar duties. Chores, if you will.
Mm.
I would great.
What did you do? You did something, didn't you? You're in trouble. He's going to jail. See, Howard
Our
is the one that
food
needs to go
wasn't
to jail.
free, you know. Those tasty meals.
Oh. Hey, I'll be right back. And Howard runs back into the store. And JT, I'm sending you a message.
I get a DM message. Ah!
Ew, don't make it weird, JT.
You know, you can't tell me what to do. You're not my real mom.
Oh man.
But yes, the elderflower, well, I told you that if it was going to be on my tab, it was going to have to be paid off eventually.
Oh, so you're like meeting the person and giving them the money? Or
Or
is
paying
this...
for it however I can. Money, services, being a gopher.
Isn't that an animal?
No, no. I mean, go for this, go for that.
Oh! Well, if you need help, don't ask me. What, do you do this often? Like...
Well, I don't usually have so many meals at the Elderflower back to back, so no.
Well, the first time you paid out of your own pocket.
Well,
True.
I don't know if she remembers that.
No.
You don't usually buy people meals at the...
Precisely.
Well, just let the person know, well... You got a bunch of badass motherfuckers. They got big appetite.
It was for a good cause. The good cause being feeding us.
Howard comes back out
Yes.
with one of the bags considerably more full with random shenaniganery, components and whatnot.
Made a pit stop, did you?
Something I needed.
Hmm.
How do you feel about
Forgive my momentary lapse.
Yep, that's the only reason I had it. How do you feel about taking a few hours, stop and check in at the guild hall first, rest a little bit before we leave town again immediately? We did just get here.
I suppose that's acceptable.
How about the two of you?
I don't
That's fine.
freaking care.
They're in it for the long haul, I see.
That's how
Let's-
I like it.
Go see how Glam is doing. And we will
Oh.
start heading towards the guild.
Right on. Which route do you take? Do you go through Noon Square, or do you go through the military district? They kind of are almost the most equidistant, but I mean, going through Noon Square, you'll be going back through the Doomsayers and whatnot. Military district, you would be technically getting closer to the Soul Weaver Contortium, the chapter there.
As a question on the point of Noon Square, actually, we passed through it already on the way to the shop.
Yeah, because you started in Mead Meadows, which is southeast.
Was the circle still there?
Good point of order. Make a retroactive perception check.
Oh no.
I feel like I would have noticed that as well. May I help him?
He already made his roll, but you can make your own.
Oh.
That's
very
probably
well.
a good idea.
So
10.
10,
19.
19.
Thank you.
You notice that a lot of the stones that have been that were used a part of that ritual, like the ones that had the lines baked into them, a lot of those have been removed. But it's not a complete project. Complete done project. It's more or less, I guess, patchwork at this point.
But at least considerably harder to reuse that circle now.
From your knowledge of summoning circles, yes.
Okay.
So you guys are still in the Iron Bridge district. You haven't really told me which direction you're heading.
Through the military. If we've already
Yes,
been
let's
through
sweep
Noon
south
Square.
of it.
Yeah,
Because
the military district technically is like the north route. It just goes up and around, while going
Oh.
through Newton Square is the south district, south
Yeah.
way, going down and whatnot.
No, I
since
had that
we've been
mixed up.
through
My
the one,
apologies.
I'm curious to go through the other and see how everything is in the heightened state.
Mm-hmm. So you guys take off. The cart's having a hard time weaving through the crowds, especially with how compact everything is, and you're still smelling like the forge fires run through, and everything that goes with that. Eventually, you're just weaving your way through, and the main road eventually opens right up so that uh, carts and whatnot are easily accessible, or at least you can weave around people or everything that goes with it. So you guys are heading to the guild hall,
Yes.
right on.
Mhm.
So just trying to plan what the route would look like. You end up heading right into the military square, right where the 5 statues were. And the 5 statues are still there, but you see a considerable more amount, like a considerable amount of fire damage, like more than you had seen the last time you were there. You also see a lot of the National Guard.
Hmm.
Like there's like a whole platoon here.
This may have become a problem while we were gone.
I wonder if there was another incident.
Mm-hmm.
Glam
And
would
you,
probably know.
mhm.
Oh, I'm sure she would.
You're good to go.
So you guys are gonna keep on moving then? Just make a quick note of it.
Just
As you're walk,
passing fancy.
yeah, as you're walking through, you notice there's a lot of displaced like goblins and like gnomes, halflings, a lot of like the pint races.
Hmm.
So like a lot of people know that the military in between the Iron Bridge and the military district is basically that whole little neighborhood. That where a lot of the smaller folk congregate and go around, and a lot of the buildings are tailored to their heights.
Mm-hmm.
So seeing a lot
Yeah,
of
the
this,
4 of us are going like,
yeah, like the main roads are meant for the big folk, but going out down side roads, it's a bit of a tighter squeeze. Not for spleen. Funnily enough, you
Okay.
see a lot of the goblins just looking up and around and looking at spleen directly.
I flash a big toothy grin. Sup?
Basically, everybody's just basically on their porches or on like the ground right by a building, just hanging and leaning. Very much, it's kind of a sad sight to see. Either way, you guys keep on moving, and eventually you start rounding the corners, the right corners, and around. You oddly enough walk through the area where Spleen had made a massacre of a lot of other folk.
we quickly pick up the pace. Making our
Begin-
way downtown, walking fast.
Eventually, you do make it to the guild entrance. It looks the same. although the door may look a little more heavier duty.
Reinforced now.
Oh, you know she's going to see it as a challenge, aren't you?
Back up a few steps. She's going to rush at it. And then do a big old, this is Sparta kick. Bah.
All right. Make an attack roll. And this, because this is an unarmed attack, you're not proficient with unarmed. So it's just a straight. It's just basically a strength check.
May I add a little chaos?
I don't know what chaos are you adding on planning?
Thaumaturgy? To just slam the door open?
Make. Yep, go ahead. You can certainly try.
Yeah, and I also want to note that with that bear totem with the push dragon lift, I could push things that are 1,080 pounds, so
Wait, what?
up to 1,080 pounds. Push drag or lift. You can push drag or lift a weight in pounds up to twice your carrying capacity, which is 540. So for push drag and lift for pushing without carrying anything there, it is 1,080 pounds.
On a side note, yes, you are right. That is a thing, but you're not physically grappling that item. You're literally kicking.
Okay, but I was saying that door is going to be gone.
If you make contact.
And I respect the content.
Yes.
Trust.
Okay. All right. So what am I doing? Strength check.
You're doing a strength check. Halsterian is also doing thaumaturgy. Is there specific timing in this, or is it just you're gonna do it and what? Like when you doing this? Before, during, after?
When she gets about 10 feet from the door.
Okay. So, Spleen, you take a couple steps back. You run right up. You're about to heave this door a heavy, hefty kick. As you do, Steve snaps his finger. Thaumaturgy. The door. It doesn't budge. Make your strength check.
Oh no.
That would be a
It's
16
locked.
total.
16? You hit the door. Man, roll for damage. Well, actually, your damage would be, what, 1 plus your strength modifier? Because this is technically an unarmed.
Yes, 1 plus strength modifier, so 5 damage.
So 5 damage? There is a spleen-sized foot. A spleen-sized foot sticking through that door. Just that specific part.
I'm doing that awkward hop, when it's stuck, oh.
As you do that, all you hear is, ah!
Was that your goal?
You go. A couple seconds later, all you hear is.
Ding dong.
She opens it, but Spleen, you unfortunately go with it. So you're just single hopping along as she opens the door. I should have known. And there's Glam. It looks like she's absolute, like Rakeskin, disheveled. And looks like she hasn't slept well in the last couple days.
No, you look
Evening
great.
Glam.
You look great.
We're back.
Welcome back. You need food. You need coffee. What is it? What?
Oh, we're just seeing how everything is.
Checking in, perhaps with a place to rest. And do you need assistance?
Uh, assistance would be really helpful, but it's okay, I got it. I just need to catch up on sleep. Been doing a lot of paperwork recently. There's been a lot of requisitions for groups.
Have conversation for inside. Do we
Yeah,
have a stable at the guild?
Yeah, there's a stable out back.
Okay. I'm gonna.
You know, you bring a cart with you as well and
Yeah.
unload everything. It's around the backside. It's not exactly the fanciest thing out there, but given that you've got a place to park your cart, you got a place to desaddle your horse and feed. There's ample room.
Yeah. We'll go ahead and do all that before we head inside.
Mm-hmm.
And ask Glam if she wants some tea or something.
It's okay. I ready to get a giant mug of it, and you see it's just a giant, like an oversized novelty mug. That's basically I went to Florida and this is the mug I got, and it's huge. It's Merca sized, is what it is. And especially for a small halfling. No, sorry, she's gnomish. My apologies, but a small gnomish woman. It was yep.
You got a minute that you can update us on what's been happening while we've been gone?
So that cult summoned a couple more elementals.
Shit.
It happened in the military district. It looked like it was creating a statement at this point. Lord, I'm so tired.
Was it only in that district?
It was only in that district.
How bad was the damage?
There was a lot of casualties. With that, I got conscripted with Lieutenant General Pinmo. He asked me to help with him, and honestly, with the guild, we have more or less a binding contract. When the military requests, we jump, and when we have requests, the military might. Depending on the size of the request, but there's a lot of fortifications going up right now.
Oh, that's good.
To be frank, I'm kind of scared.
Well, have they found anything more? Or are they just building up defense?
Well, the thing is, the Lieutenant General is dealing with the security within around the town and sometimes within it. But Berwick, the guard captain, he's the one who's heading a lot of the hunts on this. He's found a couple of dens, and there's been a couple of raids in the sewers with this cult that was going around, and honestly, they killed a couple good people down there.
Hmm.
And the worst part is now that all this is going on, there's a gang of goblins that are starting to rear their head, and they're starting to take over a lot of the slum areas.
Well, that's a problem.
Is that so?
Is that why so many were displaced?
Yeah,
Need to be.
I'm lucky I'm out of there. I'm just glad I have a place here.
Indeed.
Rue the day anyone messes with our guild mother. They will not have a good ending, Glam.
She kind of just drops her shoulder. You know that she's super tense. Just drops her shoulder. That's thank you. You're really sweet.
I'm pretty sure you have more than just us that will rein in anyone who tries anything.
We're like the guild's cranky old, like, man. Cranky old. Yeah, but if they mess with you, they'll die. That's just straight up.
You take care of all of us.
I
I-
agree.
I tried.
Bland.
Anyway, so you shouldn't really be knowing this, but I'm just gonna say it to you anyway because I'm in the know. The Brandish Bards are north of town. They were sent up further north, basically where you guys had gone, to reinvestigate the area.
Okay.
They haven't returned.
Oh, wait, how long have they been? Wait. When were they sent out?
About 4 nights ago.
They haven't been back yet?
Mm-mm. If you really want to be updated on the situation, you are a part of the guild and we can give you proper seals and everything. Especially if all of you are going to stick together. I don't even know.
Well,
They could send you back to Mayor Carplin. And he can fill you in with a couple of the details there.
if we do that, are we going to be able to leave town? Hal needs to visit Onver.
That would be up to whatever deal you make with the mayor. Because he doesn't run what the military does.
I'm gonna look over at Hal.
Being pulled in multiple directions. Never a fun pastime.
I know it's important for you to go.
There may be more afoot than just here is the problem. Not to make it sound like these issues here in Minestad are they're certainly not minuscule. I'm wondering, in the grand scheme of all of this, if we might be able to perhaps head them off at whatever their next move is up at Anva.
Let's take a break and think on it. Worst case, we can get some information, then head to Unver. Come back and then help.
Yeah. And we still need to at least stop by the Soul Weavers Consortium as well.
Yeah. I can't say I'm comfortable with everything that's happening in town.
Certainly not.
There's gotta be some sort of pattern, you know? Putting that up.
Explain you. Nah, there's probably no connection.
For what?
Goblins aren't that organized, are they? They're gangs, I mean. To be connected to the ones that attacked you.
I don't know. We can go ask them. Who knows?
That sounds like that could be folly.
Good time. Be a good time. I don't know. I don't really think so, actually.
Alright.
The group that I ran into seemed like they were traveling and took a while to find me. And if they've been in this town for a long time, or been living here.
I vote we veer away from the goblins.
What? Then I'll go by myself. I know what to do. Give me the bag of devouring. I'll fix it.
Not.
I'm actually not 100% opposed to this idea.
I'm
98, but still not 100.
I am not completely against it either. As much as I disdain to admit.
I wonder why they're, rising up. Conquer this one corner of the town. Priorities are so lame. I wonder what they want to gain. Everything's chaotic.
Tell you what, let's go.
Those shits will be crispy in a second if any of those things summon a fire elemental right in there. The cults. So lame. I'm a little salty.
Let's go take some baths, relax for a little bit. Then we'll figure out what we're doing.
Well, some of us can have baths anyway.
We can do our damnedest to make sure everyone gets a bath.
Don't hose me down. No.
Still point of order. Give it or Spleen. You're still stuck in the door.
We've just been talking to her the whole time.
Yeah.
No
Just like
fucks.
my head's hopping.
Yeah.
Well, Howard, do you know if there's anything in the alchemy book that we could dump on her?
Grace
what a
me up,
fuck.
woman.
For what
Just
a
gonna
Alright,
give her
I'll just give her
shittiest
a
puppy
hug.
dog eyes. It's just like.
All right, I'll be the one to help.
We
I go up
persuasion.
and start pulling her arms out. Like,
It's just.
I will try to roll a persuasion for my shitty puppy eyes.
oh God!
I'm just gonna.
That's not bad. Persuasion. Where's that?
I'm gonna
Oh,
let
that's
this-
just straight up. That's a 15.
I'm gonna let this go on for about 10-20 seconds, and then I'm just gonna reduce her.
As you
What
guys
are
are
you doing?
pulling,
What are
as
you
you
doing?
get, hold on. As you guys are pulling, you're just like, basically
Oh
like
my god.
Scooby Doo elastic band stretching going on there, just like, and as soon as the one pull, Howard, your timing is rather impeccable. You're just like, how do you cast reduce? What are the components for it?
Let me double check.
I'm not letting you get away with just saying I cast spell. No. Not in this house, honey.
Verbal, somatic, and a pinch of iron of powdered iron.
So
And is a 30-foot range, so I don't need to touch her.
There you go. So you do that. As you do,
I am just.
I don't know what
watching.
happened. I can't actually find her in my cloak.
I'm going to climb out.
Something's yelling. It's like a squirrel in your pant
I would
leg.
like to get in Steve's pants, please. I mean, Hal's pants.
Contacts clip. Out of contacts
What have
clip.
I done? Oh
I await
no.
the day we have a
I like- I
Okay,
would
everybody,
to-
thank you, and
I
have
would
yourselves a good night. This is the end of the session.
I would like to
So-
climb Hal like a tree.
Reduce lasts for 60 seconds. Does she make it all the way into his pants in that time?
Why? Why? I love you guys, but why?
I'm
Because it's clean. Why you gotta make it weird?
about to traumatize Hal.
I mean, hey,
Okay, so
We all got to go through it. Howard, you're next.
welcome to Wheel of Spleen.
Oh my
no.
god.
Oh no.
The best and worst game show ever.
Oh my
Oh
god.
no.
All right, so reduce. So Spleen is reduced and pulled into Halsterian's coat. I mean, she's still like small, but like, oh, what is
Tiny.
the size of this candle?
You're
Oh,
like
no,
the
you-
size of a fairy. You're
Basically, the size of
tiny.
a fairy, but you're not. You're tiny, but you're not like microscopic. So like the whole point of trying to get into his
Pen.
pantalones, that's a very difficult endeavor, and the fact that you're reduced, wow, Halsterian can just hold you up, basically,
But
like
does he want to?
just like a mother kitten holding a mother kitten. Scrappy do this shit.
Scrappy Doo! Oh no! Oh no!
And then
The worst character ever conceived.
Oh, please don't.
Okay, let's focus. Let's bring this back to zero.
Oh god.
We just took a serious moment and went absolutely nuts with it.
Yes.
But either way, so after about 30 seconds, Spleen regrows back to her size. Mark off your spell slot for that one.
oh yeah. Thank you for the reminder.
And so, Glam, wow. Brain fart moment. Glam, I feel like Glam right now.
Same.
You're welcome.
Yeah, Glam just watched this all go down for the past several minutes. Like,
She's just looking like, do you guys really do this all the time?
Yeah.
At
No.
least daily.
Not enough. Not enough.
I don't have the energy for you guys right now. But if you guys are going to be taking some R&R, there is a bathhouse just up the street. And you guys have walked past it and you've seen the signs for it. And so it's there.
Fine, I'll
But-
take a bath.
But I would highly suggest you get yourselves prepared. Like if you're going to go see the mayor, I would definitely like be fully prepared for anything that comes out your way. And I still have these seals for you, but there's no official name on them yet, so can't exactly get you in all together.
Tell you what. We'll have a name for you by the time we get back from the bathhouse.
Okay. Yeah, you go do that. I'll get your beds prepped. And check if there's been any incoming mail for any of yous. All right?
Thank
Get
you.
everything ready. You go do the thing.
Thank you.
I need more tea. Now, go. She starts shooing you out.
Out we go.
Well,
Hmm.
out you go, but then she also grabs your things like, I'm taking these, and
All right. And we will go to the bathhouse.
Hmm.
right on. So you walk up the street, and there's the smell of, now that you know that there's been a lot of summonings in the last little bit, you could definitely smell the soot in the air, and it's not like your classic Ironbridge soot smell. It's very sulfurous and phosphorus. It's not exactly the greatest smell, but it's also kind of like how that hill giant toe smell lingers. It's not bad, but once you know the smell, you recognize, oh, it's here.
Yeah.
Mm.
And you walk up a block and a half, turn a corner, walk down a small street, and there it is. It's just a super tiny bathhouse. You walk in, put your hand on the doorknob, turn it, and it's locked.
Mm.
And then there's a sign. You immediately read the sign that's right in front of you. Go. It just says, "For entry, just please knock."
They have a dog.
As you hear the dogs in the background just going right off, and you hear muffled. It's just, it sounds like a man and a woman just kind of pseudo bickering at each other. And the door opens up, and it's just this rotund man, just absolute giant of a human being, looks at you. Is like, could I help you?
Looking to use the bathhouse?
Do you have an appointment?
Do we need one?
No, you don't. Just
Oh.
fucking with ya.
Okay.
No, there's just a lot of things going on these days. It's best to be sure. Be
So
careful.
we've been hearing.
Mm-hmm. Well, come on in. We'll get some baths drawn for you.
Follow
Much
me.
appreciated.
As you walk in, you notice a couple mastiffs just laying on their mats. You know, nice brown and white colorations going through their furs. And you notice this very stout woman. She's not like any of the short races, but you know, just a very small human being. About 5 foot tall, chestnut brown hair, and cute dimples on her cheeks. And she's just sitting there petting her dogs. And obviously, the excitement of the door knock had woken them up, and so she's calmed them down. Is there anything I can help you with? You're here for the baths, but anything else? Food, drink?
Food would be
Food and drink sounds fantastic. Yes.
enjoyable as well.
Perfect. Would you like a charcuterie or would you like a dessert tray?
Oh, I did not mean to do that.
A charcuterie.
Is there shark meat on there?
Unfortunately,
Is the
shark
shark
meat is not in
yours?
season.
Shark.
I'm down for the shark. Whatever you said.
Shart. I don't like the shark tray.
Yes, this one will take as much meat as you
Oh no, our camera's...
can fit on that
Yeah, I'm
charcuterie.
trying to fix it. I accidentally maximized the window and it
Sure.
screwed it all up.
The charcuterie.
The shark bougie cord.
Charcuterie. Shakaka.
As you say that, everybody kneels in the vicinity.
Bougie charcuterie. There we go, we're back. Oh.
Okay, everyone.
All right,
That was
We're
rude.
back from the good beasts.
all right. Charcuterie board it is. So, all right. What kind of baths are you looking to take? We've got the giant heated suite. We got ice cold.
Oh, heated, please.
Individual. We can have everything separated.
Let's be together.
Does that
Together
mean you
would-
want us to wash you?
I mean, do you want me to take a bath?
It's probably best to do it together. Besides, then we can discuss a name anyway.
Wait, really? You're agreeing to this?
I mean,
Wait, what?
I expect we'd have to make sure you take a bath, otherwise...
Wow!
Her flirting, expecting it not to work, then realizing it's working.
It's where it's like, wait, no, wait, no. What about you, Brady?
I could use a bath.
Yay! Group bath.
Mhm.
Don't hose me down. Don't do that. Ow.
We'll see.
And we're gonna have a shark. Some shark.
Don't hurt yourself, dear.
And I got a headache. Coochie.
Shark coochie.
If I say shark coo. That's how we keep devolving. Just heck. This group is just.
Bonk.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
won't.
Mhm.
Just-
All right, well, yeah.
All right, so you guys are gonna take. I'm just giving you the damn sweet. There's no choice here. You're just gonna take it and accept it.
Yeah, welcome to the fan service filler episode.
No.
Well, yeah. Welcome to the obligatory beach episode.
Oh God.
No.
No.
Oh
She,
gosh.
I can't.
We're gonna take a bath together.
Oh my god. This.
And we're gonna
Oh my
eat
god. This is
shark-
chaos.
shark coochie.
Why? She leads you up to the main suite, and there's just this giant bath, and it's this porcelain. It's quite literally a porcelain tub, but it's enough to fill everybody. It's a hot tub. Let's just call it that.
Yeah.
It's hot tub size. It's gonna be a hot tub. Fuck it, we're doing it live.
Yeah.
And so she brings in. It's like, okay, so we got towels over here. We've got bathrobes here. I'll be coming up with your food. My husband will be coming in with some logs to heat the water, so that way you guys can, bathe and scrub. We've also got salts and stones to clean all pores and make yourself smell all pretty. Is that everything?
That should
Sounds
be.
wonderful.
Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you. I'll be right back. And she turns around, shuts the door.
I didn't know you can stone people.
Not what she means, not what you're thinking.
I mean, I know this is a bath, but like, dang, a bloodbath. My God.
Not what she means.
It
Yeah. So we need to decide a name.
Yeah. And we mentioned before that we've been hunting different things, monsters of various kinds.
Evil of various assortments.
I don't know, what anything on your all's minds? Anything pop into your brains?
The hunters.
Monsters?
Evil.
and evil, yes. Mm-hmm.
The hunters
Evil
of evil and monsters.
I mean, it's simple. It works.
Doesn't really roll off the tongue.
Hunters of evil and monsters. THEM.
Them?
Them.
We're them.
We want people to call us them?
Oh, Glam is going to hate us.
Glam
Good.
does already.
Good.
You know...
It's sold. It's done. We're them. We are them. And if people are going to hire us, they'll be like, "Oh, go hire them," and people are gonna be so confused, like, "Who? Them?"
You know, honestly, I feel like that's the impression we'll leave with Spleen and our chaos.
And brainy, and then nerds. Ow.
I'm glad we leave a lasting impression.
Yep.
Well, hell, I can't think of anything better. I guess it can work.
Naked. Yeah.
We are them.
Yes. Straight up like the scene in Mulan where like Mulan's in the lake and then like I can't remember his name, but he stands on the rock in all his
I'm
glory.
king of the rock.
I'm king of the rock. That's what Spleen's doing. Birthday suit. But you do notice
At
that
least
she's
get in the
gonna
water.
she's gonna cannonball in. But yeah, you notice a bunch of scars all over. And some don't even look like battle scars. Some looks like scarification of patterns.
Hmm.
Of various swirls and lines, and piercings on the side of her thighs. Just she looks decorated, with scars than tattoos. And she is muscular. She's a
GT.
beefy little bean.
Mm-hmm.
Does Howard have any scars?
I don't know, does he?
You tell
From
us.
the war. Probably a few minor ones here and there. Maybe one large one on his back.
Okay.
Ball.
Make a dexterity check.
Oh no! Let's see how this goes.
How is her
Yee.
brand looking?
A 7.
7. You jump into the water and it creates a splash. It's not spectacular, but
Bloop.
She's just too small.
you hit the water at the wrong angle to try and create a concave splash. It was just more or less a
Ah,
as for the scar, you take a quick look. It looks like the pulsing has died down. Like
What about
the dark veins they're not as prominent as before.
Were they anywhere else other than just around this one?
Now that one you're gonna have to make an investigation check because you haven't thoroughly investigated this before. You're just
Yeah,
kind of
she's
making a
gonna-
mental note of it.
She's, popping out of the water
Investigate
with
the
the hair
goblin.
completely in front of her face. Just.
Ringu.
Me.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. I mean, given that you're going to take advantage of the fact that Spleen is naked and you're looking over, not so like pervertedly or thoroughly, but it's more or less you're taking glances, just quick glances here and there to make sure that there isn't any sign of what you think is corruption. You're not seeing any other spots.
Okay. Bit of a weight off of his mind. We're really gonna go with them. Glam is
I'm
really
afraid
gonna hate
nothing else
us.
is coming to mind.
Yeah, you got anything better? Let's hear it.
No, I do not. That's
As this is going on, you hear a, I have your food.
oh. I'll go get the door.
Okay, I'm gonna say.
All right, so you, what attire are you wearing?
Probably just a towel at this point.
Okay, so like the awkward college kid getting out of a shower, just
Wrap it around, tuck it in, try and
Yep.
make sure it stays.
My mind went to a real cruel place. I'm not going to do that to you, but
But Spleen would.
no. It's not. It has nothing to do with any outside
Oh,
influences.
okay.
No. You open the door and there she is. She's holding up this giant platter of food. It's like, all right, if you just give me a second, I'll come right in and I'll drop it in and I'll be right out of your way. And if you do not want to be seen naked, just turn around and I'll just get these things done.
Spleen stands up.
Perfect. Anyway, so she just
Not even phased.
Nope.
she comes around. You notice that there was these weird little indents in the tub, and then you understand why. That's where the platter would sit, and it's hanging perfectly over the outside of the tub. And all you're seeing is a bunch of like dried nuts and berries, some cheeses, and like cured meats, and a couple of olives, and with actually a couple of bits of hardened honeycomb.
Mm. Yum.
Mm.
Nature's candy.
Mm-hmm.
Enjoy.
Thank
Let
you.
us know when you're done. And he turns around and walks out.
So we're gonna spend some time eating, bathing. How difficult is it to get Spleen to bathe?
Spleen, how difficult are you going to be to get bathed?
It's a group effort.
It's
I won't. I'm not afraid to use shape water.
I was gonna
No.
say.
No.
Be like, Bryony, shapeshift into something big that can hold her down.
Yo,
I'll enlarge
peanut-
you.
Yo, peanut butter wallet like a dog's in the bathtub. Peanut butter wall.
I'm already in full lounge mode with like little slices of cucumber over my eyes, and I'm
Yep.
like, what?
What? And at some point when we get out, Spleen's gonna do the towel thing.
Oh,
At somebody.
Mage armor.
Right.
You don't have your components on you, bitch.
I know. Oh. Actually, surprising note on that. Howard does have a focus crystal still with him. He keeps one with him at all times.
Where were you keeping that?
Oh, it's
Good
just like
necklace.
on a necklace or a bracelet or something.
Oh,
Not a very strong one, just a one that's meant to be temporary.
I picked this up at Burning Man.
Oh, yeah.
Can say that about Spleen's tattoos?
Oh no. Spleen has received a bane.
Oh, wow.
from who?
This is the worst group body ever. It's actually a grappling exercise.
Oh my god.
Oh man. Bane.
All right, so roll for Bane.
Alright. Are you rolling it, JT, or I?
You roll it.
Okay. Let me not have this. 12. Where's the 12? 8. All your attack rolls are reduced by 1 for the next 1d4 turns in combat.
That's-
1d4, 1.
Re-roll that one because unless you guys are gonna fight right now.
I mean,
I
roll
was-
initiative for bathing.
I was gonna
Everyone-
say that'll
Okay.
probably help us get her
well,
bathed.
I got 7. You have disadvantage on your next initiative roll.
Okay.
Do you want me to?
We get to jump on her for the bath. Disadvantage on bathing.
Are you guys actually gonna try and fight this?
I don't know, how much of a struggle is it to get Spleen to bathe?
How much time do we want to spend on this scene? That's the thing. It's up to you, JT.
It's not. Here's the thing about being a DM. I'm throwing things in front of you. You're taking them in bite-sized chunks. What you guys do with the time in between is up to you. The story only progresses if you want to progress it.
Oh man.
We literally spent the rest of this campaign in the bath.
Yo, let's real life be pruny as hell at the end of the episode.
And at the end of the year, they finally got out to the bath, pruny as they were born, whining and dehydrated. But at the end, they were clean. Everybody have a great rest of your year.
Yeah. The end. What?
No, we'll we're going to
Oh my
bribe
God.
Spleen to be more
Sorry.
willing to bathe by
You clean the rats out of your party in the back there.
by letting her know that I can promise her at least an hour of a lot of fun. I'm not going to tell you what it is.
I don't like that. No. Fine. Fine. You got to see my
Alright.
tits, so.
Shit. Begrudgingly. So we will bathe Spleen and finish. And head back to the guild hall. That was a terrible choice of words.
And you do that. Spleen still very begrudgingly, like basically a dog in a shower or bath situation, just not liking any second of this. But you guys do that. You're enjoying the company, getting the food done. You're, having small talk and conversation as this thing goes on. The lady comes back, she grabs the platter of food, and you guys are all robed up and basically cleaned off. You grab your clothes, you get dressed, you pay, a silver for all of you for, the room, the food, and the fact that there's a small fire that was heating everything up and making sure everything was good. But you guys do that and you head right back. And Glam is still cleaning things up, and you notice the doors are automatically repaired. You just notice like a couple of hammers and nails in a pouch, in a small pouch. You've never gotten the sense that she is a magical person, and you still do not get that feeling.
I should fix that for her before we leave.
But nonetheless, she looks up. There you are. Your room is all made up. Rooms. Sorry. There's a lot of things going on. Everybody's back in their same spots. Spleen, are you really gonna keep stinky things up there again? Because it took a while to get that smell out.
Maybe. If it's a collection.
Well, it stinks.
Limited
And other
edition.
groups that come by are not going to like it.
Fine.
Thank you. We do have some food in the back there, although it's still very, well, food.
Howard's going to rush off to the rooms while they're still talking to Glam.
And you do. Up the set of stairs, hall to the left, last door on the right.
And we'll be waiting in Hal's room when he gets there.
All right.
So did that just describe you going into Hal's room or your room? I don't know. You said I thought it was your room that you were heading to. So then
I assumed
Hal's
you were
room.
describing mine.
Yes,
But I am going to mine briefly, and then I'm going to be waiting in Hal's.
Yep, right on. So you do that, and then you head right on over to Hal's. What's everybody else doing?
Really? You're going to Hal's room?
Do we tell her the name?
Go your study group. What? What, Hal?
Jesus. Oh.
What?
Oh man. All right. Why do you do this to me?
I don't know what just happened. This happened.
Insinuated a date and then said study group.
I'm studying really hard.
Okay. Glam is still just putzing about, fiddling around, and just doing general upkeep. And she goes to her desk and takes a quill, starts inking and writing everything out that she needs to write out, or signing papers.
Glam, dear.
Yes. How can I help you?
Suffice to say, I believe we've decided on a name for our group.
Ah, about time.
Yes, we had a brainstorming session, and what we came up with was the Hunters of Evil and Monsters.
The Hunters of Evil and Monsters? Well, it doesn't exactly roll off the tongue, but I mean, it is a group name.
You can just call us them.
The Hunters of Evil and Monsters.
It's you spell it like you.
Them for short is fine.
The Hunter of Evil and Monster. Okay. Well, it works. It works as a name. Well, if that's the case, I'll start getting all the paperwork up and ready to go. I'll have it ready for you by tomorrow morning anyway.
Very good then. Thank you.
And I will be needing all of your signatures or, signs that you accept this. And that the guild properly is notified of everything, and that this is what you are going to be called from here on since. Until your dissolution of the group, or at least all of the members have left.
Very good, and I'll go ahead and sign.
That'll be a little bit later. I like I like your gumpture, but I need to write things up. I need to get the proper forms.
Oh, you need to write the entirety. My apologies.
This is what happens when you have a scribe as a secretary. Usually helps. You guys do your thing.
Right then. I think I need sleep.
Yes.
You do. You look like you need it. So
I
do
will
you,
turn in
Glenn?
early and start looking over the alchemy books.
Right on. Okay, so you guys start heading up, going into your individual rooms. I'm just gonna do small little things. So, Bryony, would you want to be started with?
I'm sorry?
Just a small little roleplay thing.
Okay.
So you head up into your room, you start pulling out the alchemy books. And they're thick. You start in like you'd have thumbed through them before and noticed like how to do proper distillations and everything else of it. I would like for you to make an intelligence check.
Okay.
And because it's beginner books, they're really well thought out. You can do it with advantage.
Okay.
Like they're really well thought out and explained for people who are just starting to get into this.
Mm. Good thing I have advantage because I literally just rolled a 1.
Mm.
Ooh.
Boy.
I don't think I've ever done that before.
Oh.
Oh, it's a wonderful thing.
Well, great. I just got a 4 and I have no modifier.
Oh.
Oh,
Hey, that's okay.
Thanks, everyone.
Just because it's a low roll doesn't mean it's a failure.
True.
By the way, that's kind of how I treat a lot of these rolls. It's not an outright failure. But
Yeah.
you're reading through it and it's hard to grasp, but there are some things that you're getting. It's kind of frustrating, and you realize maybe going over these things with Howard or Hal might help with a better understanding, pseudo tutorship with them. But flipping through it by yourself, you're getting a kind of a grasp of it, but it's going to take a while. Is there like anything in specific that you were looking for in these alchemy books, or are you just thumbing? And if you can't think of anything, we can come back to this as well.
Yeah, come back to me.
Okay, cool.
Oh.
Brian, you got a boon.
Ooh. Thank you for boon.
So roll for boon.
roll a d20.
The D20 you said?
Mm-hmm.
Right, well, this guy's in dice jail now.
Yeah.
I got an 18.
Next attack deals max damage. For that, you know what? I'm gonna give you a bardic inspiration, and I'd like you to roll that right now to add to your intelligence check.
Okay. I got a 16.
Sorry, bardic inspiration is a D6.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I didn't specify. That was
I can
Sounds like-
never keep track of like what dice are for what. You
Yeah,
guys are gonna have to tell me every single time, and I'm sorry
Hey.
about that.
hey,
Alright,
no.
sometimes there's some D12
I'm sorry for who I
bardic
am as a person.
inspiration.
No, it's hey, it's okay. We're all here to help out. We're here to have fun, right?
I got a 5.
You got a 5? Okay, so you add it on top. As you're continually thumbing through these books, and then something clicks. It's like, oh wait, if you do this and this and this and this, it just starts kind of like a cascading effect where once something kind of just you get it, and then everything else around it starts making more sense.
Those book learnings.
Book learned, and that's what you be doing. If you do come up with something that you want to specifically look for, just let us know. Okie dokie.
Okie dokie.
Beauty. Spleen.
Come back to me later. I have nothing really planned. She's just probably gonna.
You
No,
walk.
she's gonna freaking work out.
You walk into your room, and your stuff is not splayed out all over the floor, but it's your pack is right beside one of the night tables, right beside the bed. Not exactly comfortable living, but I mean your spleen. Comfortable living is not your forte. You notice there's a white envelope on the pillow, though.
land. What is this? She's gonna grab it and bite open the seal.
Before you do that, you look over and you notice that there is a wax seal on it, and there's an insignia.
What? Like this one?
Yes. No. Okay. I would not be doing that. No, that would be cruel to get you just to open that one. We're still waiting.
Unfortunately, mine still hasn't arrived.
What is Florida?
I wonder if I got lost or something.
I don't know. Mail's been having a lot of problems, especially since COVID started.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Mm-hmm. Either way, so no, it's not.
Okay, I was like,
no, I'm not setting up to that. If I was gonna do that,
Please don't give us a COVID arc.
Oh, no.
We have to deal with the book.
There's a seal on it, and it looks you pretty much feel like you've seen it before. This seal. Make an intelligence check.
Wow, I'm so great at it.
Well, actually, it's history.
That's a -1.
It's not coming to you. It's really not coming to you.
I rolled a 1 and this is -1. That's a 0.
Close enough.
I think it doesn't matter. It's just a really bad roll. 0.
It's not coming to you. Whatever. Rip it open. What languages do you know? As far as I know, it should be common,
Goblin, and Orc.
Ah, you know Orcish as well. Good to know.
Yes.
You recognize the scribblings. It's in sarcasm.
Yes. Proficient in that language.
Are you proficient in sarcasm?
Proficient.
No, I don't speak sarcasm at all.
No, I'm sorry, I've never heard of that.
You recognize the scribbling as goblin. And it's actually really really nice handwriting for such a very brutal script to look at.
It's like chicken scratch in cursive.
Exactly. It's basically like the font of a metal band.
Yeah! The best kind! I can't read it! But I love it. Okay. Can I... Yeah, I would like to read it.
You would like to read it?
Yes. Try to?
Try to read it. It says, "Messed up my boys pretty good. I would like to meet. You know where." And then it just says GC at the bottom.
Oh. Jesus Christ. Sorry. GC. Goblin.
Oh yeah, the beginning.
Goblin.
Where the start is.
Do I know who GC? Does that sound? GC?
No. Just a G dot C dot.
Green cow.
And
know where to meet? What? No, I don't. Whatever. She's gonna ball it up and then put it in her satchel pack thing.
So, and with that, you crumple it up, throw it into your pack, and you start working out. and we're just gonna fade from the room at that point because we don't need the
Yeah.
montage.
Yep. Montage.
And so the camera fades and flies into Howard Alsterian walking into his room.
And immediately here's a Hal, catch, as I toss a human skull to him.
Make a dexterity check. The both of you.
Okay.
It's not gonna matter.
Are you sure?
Would you? Why? Oh
Okay.
God.
Hal, what'd you roll?
1.
Howard.
4. That's with a +2.
Oh, the nerds! Nerds playing
guys.
sports.
I rolled a 2 on the die.
Oh yes.
The nerds
Sports
are playing.
ball.
Nerds are playing sports. So Howard goes,
no.
"Hey, Hal, catch!"
Oh.
and immediately chucks and just does that while Hal, not understanding what's going on, just getting in confused, sees something flying at his face and just the skull just right at his feet.
Did I catch it?
Well, I don't know. I just picked it up because it seemed kind of fitting for you to have one. Not really sure why. I had a plan for it, and then I forgot what it was on our way back from Ministar. Oh well. But the more
I'll pick it
important
up and
thing...
put it on one of my horns.
Perfect.
You pick it up, and a couple of the teeth have kind of dislodged from it. But nonetheless, it's a half a human skull, just missing the jaw.
But more importantly, I wanted to repay you for the meal that you picked up at the Elderflower. Because Spleen may not understand it, but I know that ultimately you end up paying that. And
I appreciate that.
I told you that I figured out something that you could probably put in your book. And I took the liberties, and I will indicate to his desk where there are lots of paper, inks, and components laid out for him, of getting you what you need for it.
Well, thank you very much.
Of course, Hal. So if
Well,
you'd
then
like
I think I have the rest of my evening planned.
Yeah. So I will just hang out with Hal in his room, working on Leomund's tiny hut while he works on floating disc or whichever other spell he would like to work on.
Floating disc sounds good.
And so you do that. You guys plan everything out. Howard gets stuck on something. Hal comes over and points out a minor mistake in this little thing here, and vice versa. Just the nerds being nerds. I see that cheeky smirk of yours.
Every once in a while, probably check on Bryony if she's asking us for help at all.
In my mind,
I'm still cooped up in my little book corner.
Yeah, you're kind of in the book corner. You pop in periodically. One time, Bryony's like, it's just.
I don't even hear you come in. You're like, she's fine.
Yeah. One time she's knocked out. The other time she's still up and reading again. It's very much got the cottagecore going on there. And there's a
Academia
lo-fi playing in the background.
academia core, and there's like There's a little potted plant, and Bryony grows it a little bit more, and has a little buddy because every plant needs a friend.
Of course.
Yeah, every plant needs a bud.
Wow. Good job. That was a good one.
Oh, you're gonna have to take inspiration for that one.
Ah, yay!
They're on
You
the
say
buddy
the puns are
system.
growing on you.
Ah.
They're on the
Enough,
what?
enough with you.
The buddy system. Buddy!
Buddy. But that's basically how your night goes, and it's a lot of copying, matching, and doing that, spending the right amount of ink and paper that goes with copying over and what's a hoozle. Brian, you still keep going through, and you're finding interesting things on how to make some really cool potions, especially now that you would look over and like, oh, Hill Giant's blood is used, for as a component for the potions of giant strength and a couple of other medicinal purposes, but generally for any sort of distillation purposes, it's usually for a potion of Hill Giant strength in combination with its toenail. And everybody gets a thorough sleep. The sun rises. It's still humid because a lot of that rain a couple nights ago just sucked a lot of the fun out of the air. As you're coming down, who rises first? Like,
Howard only does a trance for 4 hours, so he might be one of the earliest.
all right, so yeah, I would think it would be you do that. So you walk down and you see Glam. She's still at her desk, just writing. It doesn't look like she slept at all.
Of little marks of like I've been sleeping on a book on my face. There's like an indent.
Yeah, you got the book indents. Just doing all of that. Glam looks up. Oh, Howard, how are you doing?
Waking up.
I need to sleep, but it's okay. I got the guild signatures ready for you and ready to go. And she holds up, and it's about like a 10-page packet. You get the feeling she was up all night doing that.
Gonna go sign it.
Yeah, just sign right here, here, here. Flips a couple pages. Here, here, and here. And notice that there's like 4 floor slots for all of you, plus a couple extra in case you need to add more people into the group. All right, food is where you need it.
I can get everyone else's signatures if you want to go to sleep.
No, I need to do this guild officiation and everything else. I need to have an official secretary do everything like this sort of work. It's just how it goes. That I need to physically witness this.
Well, we'll probably be heading to Anver today. Hal needs to go take care of some business up there. We may visit the mayor and another place over in the military district while we're at it.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Just I would suggest hitting the mayor first. He might need something from you.
All right. Thank you, Glam.
Thank you. And you head off, and everybody else starts waking up, and one by one comes on down. And Glam does the same whole spiel, sign here, 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 here.
Alright.
And in metal band font, spleen.
Synchrony there.
Stadium spleen.
Yep.
But and you guys eat the food. You're all packed and ready to go. Where do you guys go? What do you guys do?
So I got a letter. At some point. On
Was
my
it
bed.
raunchy?
Ah, I wish. No, I don't know. It's from someone, GC. Is it in common GC or like Goblin alphabet?
It's in common.
It's common, but everything else is in Goblin. So it's like say like, I finished writing, say like, you do my boys or something. With the thing that you told me that there.
You messed up my boys pretty good. I would
Yeah,
like to meet you know where.
It says, I know where, but I don't know where. My only thought is like the place where I killed all of them. You know,
Maybe?
maybe, but like
At
how
least
would
lead, at least, yeah.
So if I go and be like, I'll be right back, be probably doing that. Yeah, because I'm really curious.
Just don't get yourself killed.
Was there a seal or anything on it?
Yeah.
You still have it?
Might be in the room.
You look. You go through your bag. You open it up. There's still the flower from the Wraithy lady. You oddly preserved it, which is not in character, but well, not that they know. And you pull out the ball and you open it up and it's like, yeah, it looks like this.
This thingy.
This thing.
Look familiar at all?
It looks like the brand on her neck.
I'm so stupid.
You don't. Here's the thing.
I don't know
just because Given knows what the brand looks like doesn't mean that Spleen does.
Oh.
Because remember how
mirrors and stuff.
You don't normally look in mirrors.
I don't.
And you don't look at reflections. So it's just something you never know, and it's literally right here. You can't see it.
I try to avoid mirrors because there's somebody in there and they're making eye contact with me, and it's a challenge.
So when she sees a mirror, she goes, ah.
This is how my cousin drowned. He saw himself in the reflection of the toilet and thought he was drowning.
Tried to save himself.
Yeah, it's that thing on it. I don't know how to recognize it. I don't know who GC. I almost say JC. GC is. I don't know. It's like you know where to go.
You know, this seal looks a lot like that brand mark you're so proud of.
It's just like not clicking. Just staring at you.
The one right here. on your neck.
And what of it?
It's the same as this seal.
Well, that would be weird if it was, because, like, why would they use that?
How did you get that thing?
I earned it.
I imagine someone gave
How?
it to you.
Yeah. Several.
Possibly the
It's
same.
just like the bath time. It's a group effort.
Probably the same someone or someones that sent you this.
Maybe. This is like aren't seals supposed to be like, I don't know, something good?
Well, it's usually an indicator of who sent the letter.
Yeah, it's like someone's symbol.
And of course,
Well, for
an
goblins,
indication it hasn't
this
been opened.
symbol is bad. This is a symbol goblins want to avoid. They don't want this. So seeing this on a seal doesn't make sense. For me, I don't fucking care. I want this. This is fine. I appreciate it. The weight of it.
Okay.
Others, no. So... I don't know. Maybe it's just like trying to point like, you, me. Yeah.
Well, I guess they'll just be disappointed that you're not there. Let's go to the mayor.
I'm gonna go there at some point.
I thought you didn't
Not a
know where it
coward.
is.
I'll figure it out. Probably try that first one. Go to the place where I slaughtered his boys.
Do you want us to join you?
Don't be seen.
We can cast Pass Without Trace if we need to.
It'll help us stick to the shadows.
Yeah, probably do this at night, just in case. Round 2.
Do you want to do that before we leave?
Well, I'll do it. I think it has limited. Yeah, it only stands for up to 1 hour, so I'll cast it once we're a bit closer.
Yeah, we can do it after we do the stuff with the mayor.
You want to do it before we leave for Anver?
Yeah.
But you'd want to do it at night.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I guess we'll spend another night if that's okay with you, Hal.
That
The
should be
thing is,
all right.
I don't.
Or we could
I'm
just
the hunter.
take
I
care
don't
of
want
it
to
on the
feel
way
like
out.
a prey. Right now they're looking for me. So they think they're the hunter.
Worst case, we could. Well, I say worst case. If we wanted another game plan, could be that we take care of it and then leave. Have a little bit of a late night.
Yeah, we can. Let's deal with the not so bloody things.
To the mayor.
Mayor and Hal talking manners and stuff and things. That's all you.
Sure.
Off we go.
Off you go. You guys leave the guild office, and that smell of sulfur phosphorus is much less than it was the day before. And you guys head right up into the military district, and there's still a lot of guard everywhere, and like a lot of guards, military men. It's quite a sight to see. The last time you saw this, Howard, was, well, when you were fighting. This kind of organization and militarization isn't completely standard, and especially for you, Halsterian, understanding the politics of a lot of stuff. Like, for military to hold up in a city is a very expensive endeavor, and if that means they're doing it, it's going to be a very, well, something is going to happen. It's just
Yes, this is.
it's a matter of time. As you're walking through, you meet up in front of the castle of Castle Ministad. Sorry, wow. But you see the statue of the dragon, and you guys walk up through the courtyards, through the gardens, right to the front door. You have a guild seal in hand, and it's golden this time. You're used to carrying silver for being with yourselves, but now that you're with a team, all the teams have a golden star or a golden sigil. And so you walk right up, see the secretaries, you show the thing, and you tell them who you are, where you're from, what you're doing. And he looks up. Ah, right. Follow me. Mayor's been waiting for any more patrons from the guild, please. And he takes you, weaves right through you. You're seeing all the elven architecture, and it's just, this place is at full heightened security. There's everything is being watched, everything is being noticed. This there's an urgency in the air that you just know, and if you could smell it, it smells like fear.
I
Fear.
smell
Yeah, spleen's ample at smelling fear.
it. Yeah.
You walk right in. You hear knock, 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 right at the door, like this beautiful oak carved door opens right up, and you see Berwick there, standing there. Looks like you guys came back. Wait, sorry. Looks like you guys came back. Right,
Yes, we heard that you needed some. Well, the mayor needed some assistance as well.
right. He does, and Needs everything for the guild. So please come in. And he's staring daggers at you, Spleen. And you walk up. Carplin Willmander is just absolute. Like, everybody that you've met has been disheveled. The recent events, especially around the military districts, have shaken a lot of people. And normally a well composed man, he's just, you could see that, like, for an elvish person that technically doesn't sleep, didn't sleep. So there was signs of like crow's eyes going on their bags, and just, paperwork everywhere. Right. Hello. You guys are back. Thank you for coming back.
Of course, it sounds like you need quite a bit of help.
Like you wouldn't believe. Do you realize the logistics of trying to get supply lines for food in this town? In this town? We're we're the agricultural hub of this city, of this country. And we need to have supply lines.
Oh.
That's quite an endeavor.
Mm-hmm. Mr. Newblood, I need to ask a favor of you.
What do you need?
I need your great-grandfather and your father and your grandfather to speed up the bureaucracy a little bit about getting these supply lines going for us.
I'll see what I can do to convince them, certainly.
That's all I ask. I'm stretched real thin here. Berwick's looking at him. Sir, are you sure you want to be talking about these things in front of them? He just throws his hands up, like his hand up, and says, like as in a silencing motion, he stands up straight and he shuts up. And the mayor just looks at you. I'm being honest with all of them because of him, and he points to you, Halsterian. If he's a part of this group, I can at least have a way into the bureaucracy of Onvar. I have no dictation on how the military advises themselves and where they land. I just have to make sure I supply them with what they need.
So it's that bad, huh?
Yeah, it is. There have been... The reports of the attacks that we had told you before were... We didn't lie, but we didn't want to surprise you with the numbers.
What are the numbers?
We at least have 4,000 dead throughout the country. All these have been spotted in random sporadic attacks. We do not know how this is happening. Some of our supply trains have been taken out. There's been a lot of attacks on certain posts. It's coming at in all angles. We do not know how this is going. I have not been updated on this whatsoever.
Yeesh.
The military's not updating you.
Well, they're rather secretive with their maneuvers, and especially with how everything has been going. Trust is at an all-time low between all of us.
See.
And Anver has been hit quite hard. Oddly enough, only in the slums.
Interesting.
We heard that there are gangs of goblins causing trouble. Do you think there's any relation to...
Well, I mean, Gold Takad. Well, as soon as he says that, does anybody else speak Goblin?
Yo.
It's the rats, is what they call themselves. That's what it's called in Goblin. I'll write it out for you guys. Whoop, that's not what I want. Boom.
Gold cod.
There you go. Well, they've been around for a very long time, but now with everything going on, they're being particularly active. They were always in the pint-sized district, but now it's just, I think they're taking advantage of an opportunity.
Okay.
And we're trying to get the Soul Weavers to come out here. A lot of the healers are preoccupied. There's an outbreak of Trollsbane going out, especially in Onver, in the slums as well. That area is just a wasteland. As soon as he says Trollsbane, Bryony, that rings a bell for you. because that was what your parents had contracted.
I am unfortunately all too familiar with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so a lot of our higher experienced soul weavers are not in town anymore. We have the basic general healers and ones who can help try supply food and everything else, but he just he grabs his hair, he kind of does a stretch back, and says, I need your help. The scribes from the academy that had come in and the archivists, they scoured all of the library. Some of them are still here if you want to talk to them as well, trying to figure out where and why everything is.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
That's good. All right.
What information would you be trying to find out from the military?
Just general, like when they're leaving, if they're leaving, what they plan to do in my town.
Okay.
Because it starts like this, and I've lived long enough to know that the military in a town unsettles a lot of people.
Okay.
That much is true.
And Berwick comes in. Right. So, he points to Hal. So, you're gonna help us out, right?
Yes, I was actually planning to go to Anver already, so this will be definitely something I can do once I am there.
Right. Uh, for us, for the sake of expedition, we do have ourselves a teleportation circle, so we can get you there very quickly. But we have to make sure that you are ready to do that.
Oh,
If you've got a couple of things you need to do in this area, then I suggest you maybe want to pinch those up first.
We do.
Yes, we have a few things we need to wrap up, but we will let you know as soon as we're ready.
Right. Please let us know. You can talk to me directly. I'll make sure that you have access to everything here. And for the first time, like the real hardened demeanor that you've always dealt with Berwick is surprisingly gone. You notice that like he's tired as well.
Well, then we'll wrap these things up as quickly as we can.
Perfect. Besides, the amount of time, take all the time you need. Well, at least, take all the time you need. It'll take a while if you had walked. So,
Sure enough.
I assume it's a one-way trip.
I
Okay.
well, you can get yourself back if you were able to find yourself in possession of the proper seals and everything else to get yourself back through the teleportation circle.
Of course, but
Remember,
you wouldn't be able to do that from your side.
and Carplin goes up. No, not at all. It's remember bureaucracy. I can expedite it because I'm very high up. But on the other side, good luck. Anyway, that's very much all I need from you.
Very well. Well, shall we tie up those loose ends?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. Please be safe. I haven't heard from the Brandish Bards in days now, and I'm quite worried.
That is a little concerning.
is anyone able to dumb this down for me? What the hell were we talking about? What is happening?
I'm assuming you guys have left the room.
Yeah.
Like you're kind of pseudo walking and talking, and
Yeah, heading to the Soul Weavers.
yeah, there's the library right in the castle as well.
Oh,
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
right. Yes.
Yeah, just as I'm not gonna tell you what to do, but for the sake
No,
of,
I spaced on that part. Yeah. We would definitely go there first.
yeah. You guys walk to where. Actually, no. Only Hal and Bryony have been into the archives.
Just true.
So Halsterian and Bryony lead the way and everything that's going on, and you notice that there's like this a lot of the scribs and yeah, a lot of the scribs and archivists that had came a week prior are still here. You're not finding all of them, probably because they're still scattered, but you're walking through, and if you could experience a con stank, this is it.
Oh.
These guys look like they've been working tirelessly, like everyone else. As you walk into the library, it's still actually quite well maintained. And you see Scrubber there, just hello, welcome back.
Thank you. Yes. We brought a few friends here as well.
It smells
Hello.
like words in here.
Yeah. There are lots of words in here. Well, is there anything you need?
We were actually looking for some of the scribes that I was speaking with earlier.
As you're
Are they
saying
still
that,
around?
you hear, Hal?
Elris, is that you?
And you turn around and you see the blue water genasi. And it's like,
Oh boy.
oh, there you are. Oh my god. We've been looking for you. Actually, we found a couple things that you might be interested in.
Do tell. I was looking
Well,
for you to see if you had any more information.
and you see Elris is by himself, and so he comes right up. All right. So you were looking for a lot of stuff that dealt with town construction and everything else, right? Well, we found new construction builds and everything that dealt with designs and the plannings of all the squares, and there was only one name on it, and it's Felug Fellstorm.
Interesting.
Bell.
One more time.
Felug Fellstorm. He hands the paper over, and there's a personal signature on it, and you're flipping through the piece. It's like a packet, a documented packet, and you're flipping through it, and it's quite literally like blueprints, architectural designs and blueprints of all the squares within Ministad.
Anything else you
Is
found?
there any information on? Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead, Hal.
Was there any information on who this fellow was? Was it an official? Was it a?
Well, here's the thing. We were looking through and trying to find everything that pertained to this person, but he's just a ghost.
Interesting. The name is not unfamiliar per se, strangely enough.
What do you mean?
There. Actually, Howard, can you take out the bag?
Yeah.
So you pull out the bag of devouring, flipped inside out.
Yeah.
Yes.
Uh,
Yes, that one.
so that's just a bag. As you guys are starting to describe, you see Jarok come right up, just that haughty red tiefling, the molten yellow eyes.
I flipped the bag over and put it on his head. No.
Ha! Roll for initiative.
The spleen's gonna do like a kind of a quiet snarl at his presence.
Who looked at you? I thought I smelled the stench of idiocy.
Yes, you might want a personal fan. Anyway, the
He called you stupid.
the bag was a bag of holding. Was.
So somebody, and Jarok just comes in, so somebody put a soul in it.
Precisely. And when we inquired on those who purchased those bags recently, guess whose name was on the list of those people who may have been able to, say, add a soul?
Who? Elris
This
is, Elris is just looking like, who?
none other than this fellow Fellstorm.
Coincidence? I think not.
The trick, of course, is going to be finding this person. About how long ago were those records, by the way? Was it recent?
Uh, they were, about, they're about 15 years ago.
15. Hmm. And player TDM, that's a little bit after the war, yes?
About 5 years after the end of the war.
Okay.
So like the war, the big war with the White Hand and whatnot had happened. Like it was about a 2 to 3 year war. So like Howard had gone through it about he joined 23 years ago. 20 years ago it ended. 15 years, 5 years after the end. So
Sure. Okay. Just see me with the math going out in front of my face.
might need
Well,
to
at the very least, she's nearby.
might need to talk to the Soul Weavers about this.
Indeed. At the very least, it sounds like he's nearby, and if he's related to any of this cult business, that is going to be very relevant to everyone's interests.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it looks like you know where to go then. Elris
Indeed.
just looks like I want to go with you guys. You guys seem to have all the fun stuffs. They're really
Fun.
We got to fight a giant the other day.
what? Really? Tell me. And he's like very much just a puppy. Just like tell me.
We give him a.
Depends how you feel about, or it depends what you define as fun. How do you feel about the smell of toes constantly?
Oh. Oh. And Jarok looks over. That's probably why they smell like hill giant.
See, I told you guys, bats don't do shit.
Oh, it did quite a bit, Celine. He wouldn't be this close to us if we hadn't bathed.
I really don't want him this close. Actually, I shouldn't have bathed.
Ah, shit, that was
that
a
way.
terrible.
It's I need to get back to the others. Make sure they're on task. We'll probably be here for another week, and then they'll trek back to Honor.
Right, I grew bored here. Let's go.
Yeah.
Elris, let us know if you find anything else with that name.
Okay. Yeah, I could do that for you. I mean, I'm not supposed to do this, but I do have a sending spell.
Wow.
So
What?
Then you know how to find us.
yeah, I have to be secretive about it. Or
We are well versed in doing things we are not supposed to do.
did you pick up that whisper, or do I have to do stage whispers?
Oh,
Picked it up.
No, we picked it up.
it picked up, yeah.
Okay, just
Picked it
I
up.
want to make sure because new mic sensitivities and whatnot.
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
you
okay.
came through clear.
Loud and
Yeah,
clear,
but
yeah.
what Briny said.
All right. Now I gotta not do it in front of Jarog. He gets all stingy about the rules. Anyway, he turns around and is like, "I'll see you guys later," and runs back. Scrubber, is there anything else you wish to do today?
I think we are at ease at this point. We'll be on our way. Thank you.
Perfect. Get out. Just turns around, walks away.
Dude, let me out of here. Oh my god.
Spleen, about what the mayor said, we're not really sure yet what all of it means. We'll give you
Well,
a
this
better
stuff
idea
needs to
when...
be stopped, because,
Yeah, so far it seems our best course of action is more information about this Fellstorm fellow. Otherwise, our information's fairly limited. For now, to the Soul Weavers.
like, if someone orders a bag, whatever, like, don't they have where they live for delivery,
Unless they just picked it up in person.
There's gotta be, like, some sort of
We'll see.
proof or something.
We'll see if we can figure out more information, find more information. Maybe Elris is able to find something. I don't know. We'll see if the Soul Weavers know anything.
Perhaps if not a paper trail, perhaps a soul trail.
Soul
No.
Train.
I was just about to make that joke. As you guys are walking, you're walking through Halstarian, you hear a voice in your head. Hal, I just wanted to say that I missed you. You could reply to this message.
Oh, no. Elris, are you all right?
You don't hear a response.
You okay, Hal?
I think he'll be okay.
Who?
We'll be in touch. I assume fairly often with Elris.
Of course.
This is what it's going to feel like to be gestured.
I'm all for that.
You pooping? Anyway, before we digress on this one, you guys end up going out and following all the trails. You know the general whereabouts of where the chapter of the Soul Weavers Consortium is in Menestad, and you ask around with a couple guards, and they point you in the right direction. Eventually, you get in front of a small, what looks to be like a church, or a church-like structure. And you notice the markings, and it says Soul Weavers Consortium, Menestad Chapter. You guys walk right on in, and it smells immediately of incense. A very strong incense. And around, you see a lot of cots, like a lot of field cots, and there's a lot of bodies on them. They're not. Some of them are moving, some of them are riling in pain, others are calling out, and it's you recognize you kind of just walked into a field hospital. And a lot of these victims look burned.
Howard is visibly uncomfortable, but not like flashback uncomfortable, just not enjoying being here.
Mm-hmm. Very much so, and it doesn't harken back a lot of good memories to begin with. As you do, you see one of the people in like classic doctors in white. You can just distinguish who they are. And he looks up. Can I help you with anything? And it's this older gentleman. Is older gentleman, very like he got hit hard with male pattern baldness, bulbous nose, and just like absolute extendedly large ears, like hilariously large. He looks up. Is there anything I can help you with?
Looking for an Alabel snipper?
Alabel? If you came in a couple days ago, she would have been here, but unfortunately she had to get called back to Onver. Trollsbane outbreak out there it's deadly. So, and she's one of the few soul weavers that can actually deal with a lot of this stuff.
We were sent to speak with her about a bag of holding having a soul inserted into it.
We heard a couple of reports of those being around. They got changed, didn't they?
More than one.
He starts looking around. I unfortunately need to keep working and doing this. If you go up right into the back, there will be a secretary there that'll help you right out.
Thank you.
Yeah, just tell him Dane sent you.
Will do.
And you guys walk right out, and it's a field hospital, and there's a lot of nurses and whatnot taking care. You see the odd like a hand going over a body, and just like it starts glowing a nice green. So you see some of the burns healing up, but it's not a full recovery.
Mm-hmm.
And so you head right back, and you see what looks to be like an administrator of the building, and just what she holds herself in such a way, like very much, prim and proper. Everything is in place, will stay in place, and if it's not, will be forced back into place. Just holding a chart, or what looks to be a chart, everything else. She looks up. Can I help you?
Dane sent us to find out more information about bags of devouring.
You're talking about the insertion of souls into them, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
Indeed.
Unfortunately, we can't do anything about it ourselves. We don't have any of the wielders who are powerful enough to do such.
How many are there that you're aware of?
There's only about 5 of them in Falskallan, and all of them are out in Onver. Unfortunately, we couldn't do anything with it.
The bags were sent to Unver?
A couple of them were. We've been tracking a couple. I'm assuming you have one in hand. She looks over, immediately flashes her eyes, and I'm like, "Yep." You recognize and identify spell. Yep, it looks like you have one.
Yeah.
You you said these are being sent out, so like sent to certain locations. Like there is a specific location.
One of them was sent to a high government official, I believe a finance. I don't remember which one exactly, out in Onver. Another one was sent to the guild office, well, in here. Obviously, you picked that up. And we're smart enough not to do anything with it. A couple of them, yeah. I mean, I couldn't bore you with the details, but we know where they are and where they've gone, what's going on with them.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, can we have those locations for where the bags are being sent?
I will send you a detailed list later, if that's okay.
That would be appreciated.
Looks the boys.
Yeah.
Hey, what they said.
I'm sorry that we don't have any of our essence shapers to do anything like that.
That's fine. It's not urgent to have it reversed. It's a bigger problem of why it's happening and the source that's causing it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Well,
we'd hate to think this was a part of an attack or something.
well, with the recent events with the fire elementals that have been going on, doomsayers everywhere, and obviously all the burn victims that we've been dealing with,
Yeah.
we are very, very full.
Mm-hmm.
But nonetheless, all all of our essential essence weavers, and you recognize the term as a person who deals with the souls directly. They're all out and on for now. We're just trying to make do with what we have.
Okay.
Fair enough. Thank you for the information. We'll let you get to it then.
Yes.
I appreciate.
Dion, how many of the patients around are suffering from Troll's Bane?
Unfortunately, the Trollsbane hasn't spread this far. It started out in the swampy areas just south of Anver, and it's now crept its way into the slums. We're trying to head it off at the pass, but obviously it's a very difficult disease to deal with.
I just wanted to get a grip on what's around me. So it's mostly burn victims in here?
It's all
Okay.
it. We've got, and she just starts rapping off everything. You know, burn victims, broken bones, concussions, blunt force trauma victims. There's the odd decapitation here or there,
Yeah,
amputees.
decapitation.
Yep,
Hard to treat that.
you, we gotta clot it somehow. Oddly enough, you treat a decapitation victim as a burn victim. Cauterization. No, but and oddly enough, we've been having a syphilis outbreak out here, but it's okay. But don't worry, Trollsbane is not here.
What do we need to worry about with Troll's Bane?
Mainly it's lethargy. If you start feeling lethargic, that's a pretty good sign that you're starting to get something.
And it spreads through what? Touch?
Touch. We find that it's contagious via touch, but only once you start feeling the lethargy.
Alright.
Which will take about 3 days.
Thank you.
Is there anywhere I should be sending any of this information?
Glam at the guild will be
Glam
able
at
to
the
get it to us.
Ah, I haven't talked to her in years.
Hmm.
I'll have to go there personally.
She's exhausted. She could use the company.
we are all exhausted.
So I've noticed.
With the military, doomsayers, burn victims. I mean, I'm pretty sure the guild's dealing with a lot of shit its own self. So anyway, I'll send the packet of information to Glam, and well, I might see you there. You have yourself a good day.
You too.
Best of luck.
You too.
You walk right back to the ward. And you step outside. The day is still very hot, but it's cloudy and it's very muggy. With a lot more questions being asked than answers being filled. I'm going to call session for tonight.
Oh.
So many questions and things to handle.
Yeah.
Oof.
Oh,
I don't know what we're gonna do about the bards.
I don't know. I was just thinking, I was like, I gotta fight that dragon, bro.
You were hellbent for doing that. But I want to thank D&D Beyond for sponsoring us tonight and helping us out with our character sheets. I also want to thank Heath at Lucky Dice Cafe in Huntsville, Alabama. If you're ever around, it is an absolute treat to have the game run by him. And if you ever want to see him run a game, join him on Mondays for the Troubleshooters. But with everything that's going on, it is a pandemic. I just want to say, I love all of you. Please be safe. Wash your hands. Cover your damn face. And social distance. But the biggest question is, do you dare to imagine? Have a good night.